Yo, what up guys, it's your boy here, Judah. Giving you an Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode 116 review for you guys. So let's just kick it off. So the episode starts off with Yusho, Asuka, and Kaito, arriving on the island. Actually, the episode starts off with Yugo appearing inside the academy building, inside one of the classrooms, because he was sent there by Yuzu's bracelet. So I found it kind of cool and fun that they actually kind of showed exactly where he got teleported off to, and just to see how that kind of happened. And they were teaching like a class on fusion and whatnot, and that he did the whole his whole shtick with him, like, oh, my name is Yugo, not Yugo, and blah blah blah, same stuff he always does. And it was fun to see that. It was comical for me. I love Yugo, so I enjoy seeing him a lot. And so they get to the island, and then Yugo for some reason is hiding. For some reason he comes after Kaito or whatever, I don't know why. And Kaito kind of like pins him down and whatnot, and basically Asuka says to Yugo that Marin is on one of the towers, and then Kaito went off to the other tower to go save Ruri. So go up there, and the duel kind of happens simultaneously in a way. So it's kind of like both the Sun and Moon duelists are like dueling in sequence with each other. So they fusion summon their Sun and Moon fusion monsters. They both go first. They summon their fusion monsters, and they set a back row, and then Yugo goes, and Yugo summons the Clearwing Synchro Dragon right off the bat, and then Kaito summons his Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. So from there, the Sun and Moon activate, negating both their ace monsters, their ace dragons effects, and then they summon a token, like two or three tokens or whatever. And basically they can only attack the tokens, they can't attack the fusion monster. And every time you kill one of the tokens, it does a different effect. So the Sun one, when you destroy one of the tokens, it inflicts like 800 points of damage to your opponent, and then Crystal Wing loses 800 points of attack. And then the same thing happens with Kaito's duel, only except Kaito doesn't lose any life points. Instead, Diana with the Moon fusion, she gains 800, and then Cypher Dragon's attack is decreased by 800. So it's kind of similar, but yeah, Yugo definitely got it a lot harder because he actually got burned, and while Kaito didn't get touched at all. So it was alright. But moving on. There wasn't much to this duel, it was simple, straightforward. So they went and they attacked the tokens, got rid of them, and then during the battle phase, they both were able to evolve their monsters. So Yugo was able to summon his Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon right away during the battle phase. So he was able to attack it, after they got rid of the tokens, he attacked the Sun Fusion, then he won like that. So it was a one-turn kill, basically. And the same thing for Kaito, he ranked up his Cypher Dragon, and then he took control of his opponent's Moon Fusion, Diana's Fusion, and turned it into Cypher Dragon. Then he tributed that monster that he just took from his opponent to summon the original Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon from the graveyard. So he had Neo Galaxy Eyes and the regular form, and then they went up to the sky, and then they did this duo blast from the sky, and they completely annihilated freaking Diana. They just annihilated her. She was terrified. It was just ridiculous. But the animation was absolutely gorgeous in this episode. That was the best part about, well, that and what happened after. But yeah, what was great about the episode. It was animated beautifully, and both duels were ended beautifully. Although I feel like the way Kaito's duel ended was a lot more intense and more freaking like end of the world type of stuff. Like, that was ridiculous. So what happened after that? They go. Kaito goes in. He sees Ruri. He says, "Oh, I'm here because your brother." I forgot what he said, but whatever. He says he's here because of his brother. She, kind of gets sensitive or whatever. And then the more important scene, really, because that scene was a little lackluster, because it would have been more sentimental if Shun was actually there, but instead Kaito's there. But yeah, moving on, we have Rin. Yugo coming in, he sees Rin, and Rin starts, she's like happy to see him. Then, Yugo goes running after her saying Rin, and then she like knees him in the chest, no, in the stomach, in the chest or whatever, and he makes this really funny face of pain and suffering, and it's like So she just beat him up for a sec there, which was really funny and comical. It just looked really great. Then she started crying. She's like, "Oh, what took you so long? I've been waiting for you, and I've been here alone. What took you so long?" Blah 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 blah. Anyway, so she goes, she hugs him, and then Hugo says, "Don't worry, you don't have to be sad anymore," or something like that. And then the new character, which was Doctor, he has I guess a parasite deck, and he was holding up the card, looking at it, and kind of making this really creepy, weird face, because he's in control of Rin. And at the end of the episode, she does this really evil, creepy, disgusting smile. So she's obviously possessed, like we've spoken about before, and we're finally gonna see that come into effect. So that was really great, the way that was done. It was it went from emotional to funny to happy to then really creepy and disturbing and whatnot. So that was really great. Also, another really great scene that happened in the beginning. An interesting scene is when Yusho arrived, Caballero didn't have any Academy members waiting for him because Caballero's expecting him. So I guess he didn't send anybody over for whatever reason. So, and Caballero says something interesting. He says, what was his name? Sakaki Yusho, it's time for you to learn the truth and whatnot. So that'll be interesting to see what this truth is and what he wants him to learn, or what I guess he's gonna reveal his plan to him, and what he's been doing thus far and why he's doing it. But that'll be really great and interesting. So yeah, the episode was great, animated perfectly. It was a good. The duel wasn't amazing, just because it was simple. They got OTK'd. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything huge. They ended it off great, but that doesn't mean that the duel itself was fantastic either. It was 2 turns. It was a 2-turn duel. That's it. They fusion summon, and then Kaito's turn, he wins. And then the same thing for Yugo. So it wasn't really a fascinating duel. It was a very simple, straightforward duel, and nothing much really happened. I'm really disappointed because I really wanted a 2-parter. I was like, come on. 2 people are dueling here. I want to see a 2-part duel. I want this to feel more like a struggle before they go in. But it wasn't a struggle at all. It was super easy. And then, I guess the real fight is going to begin, obviously, when Yugo and Rin are fighting, and the same for Shun and Ruri. But I just felt like it could have been a 2-parter. They could have spent more time on it. And, it would have made more sense. Because, the way that they ended off the duel, in that epic way, with the beautiful animation, the way Kaito annihilated Diana, and the same thing for Yugo annihilating Apollo, it was done so well, but it felt like such a very dramatic, climactic ending for such a short and kind of boring duel, really. So I was like, why did they put so much effort on a pretty much worthless duel just to finish off these 2 characters that obviously weren't that big of a deal because they got annihilated in one shot? Why spend so much time making such a epic finale? That seemed like something that should have been saved for if it was a 2-part duel, or for something you defeat one of the main villains and you see Clearwing shooting up into the sky and looking all badass, and then the 2 galaxy-eyed monsters beaming down from the heavens and blasting their it was done so great. But I don't felt like this duel was worth that intense moment. I'm pretty sure you guys might know what I'm talking about, but yeah, other than that, the duel was okay. What happened before and after that, I feel, were more important to me. I liked everything else, the interactions that were going on, and all the interesting things. But yeah, so next episode, it's going to be the duel between Rin and Yugo. Now, for this one, I really do hope that this is a 2-parter, honestly, because this is a really big moment. This is something we've been building up to. I want this to be a 2-part duel, but based on the preview, based on what it looks like Yugo's pretty beat up from the duel already. So that might be at the end of the duel, in the middle, I don't know where, but it seems like it might just be a 1-episode duel again. And I'm kind of getting sick of that. I love the 1-episode duels in Arc V because, they get straight to the point. It starts off strong and ends strong, and it's always great. They do great one-episode duels. But this is the finale here. We only have 20-something episodes. It's what else is left? Give more time to certain duels. I feel like this duel is going to be 1 episode also, even though I want it to be 2 episodes, and it should be 2 because it's more emotional that way. Or maybe the whole episode should be focused on Yugo and Rin, and continue off to the next episode, and then halfway through we begin the Shun and Ruri duel, and that'd be great. I don't know if they're planning on doing the same thing here, where they're gonna Shun is gonna do a Ruri and then Yugo's gonna do a Rin at the same time. That'd be interesting, but I don't want to see that. I want this moment to be their moment, and Shun and Ruri's moment to be their moment. I want their moments to be separate and focused on them alone, and not trying to like mix it together. Like, these are really big moments in RP. This is kind of what we've been building up for, and I'm really excited. So I just hope that next episode, like we saw, Edo and Shun are gonna be there. So clearly, Rory is gonna duel Shun, which is gonna be great. Most likely anyway. That's how it's gonna work out. So that's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait for that. Hopefully that's like in the beginning of the episode, and then the rest of the episode is just gonna be straightly focused on Yugo and Rin. But yeah. So that's kind of what I want for next episode. Like I said, this episode was great for the most part. Everything was great. The animation was absolutely stunning and amazing, which is what made this episode really worthwhile. But the duel was kind of lackluster, to be honest. It was a simple OTK. It wasn't anything interesting. They didn't put up much of a fight. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys, keeping up with my reviews. I'm sorry again that this review came so late. I was working on another video that's going to come up either tomorrow. Yeah, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Sometime during this weekend, I'm going to put up a new video. And I've been working on it for like a week and a half now. So it's going to be really great. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. I've been working really hard on it. So that's why this review came so late. But I hope you guys will forgive me and just enjoy this anyway. So I'll see you guys next time. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for everything. Gotcha!